Dude, you know how I know you guys live in a rich country?
Why is that?
Because all over the streets are like rich people gloves, like a lost glove.
Yeah, right?
And it's like, it's got like mink in it. I'm like, what?
It got like sparkles on
Yeah.
it too. It got sparkles on it. You're
Like if I lost that glove, I would have made a flyer. Help me find this glove. They're like, oh, que sera, sera.
It's funny to me that then it's just like a bunch of little Michael Jacksons running around.
Nice.
Just one glove motherfuckers on their
One glove
back.
motherfuckers walking around.
But I do the same thing because if I lose a glove, what I do is I still use the glove and the other one goes in the pocket. So I'm still warm because
It's so symbolic, right? You'd have one glove in mink and one glove that was naked. It's like, this is American society.
yeah,
It's the rich and
it's
the
the
poor.
rich wealth gap. Yeah, the
Warm
the wage
gloves.
gap. One glove,
Bonk, bonk.
motherfucker.
This is a fancy setup, you guys.
Thank you.
What's it called, this podcast?
It's
called In the Background.
In the background.
it's called In the Background.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's the podcast that you listen to.
In the background.
Aim high. God. Shit.
We can't even have motherfuckers listen to it in the background.
That's
Is
like,
that
that's like going up to a girl at a bar and going, can I just be in the friend zone?
Yeah, can
I don't.
Yeah,
At least.
Just keep me in the
Give me
friend zone,
some.
just in case of emergency.
But-
break glass.
but if you're in the friend zone, you're
I
still
like
in
it.
contact.
Yeah, why not? Just in the background,
Just in the background.
like herpes.
Listen, we can't change it now.
You could look at a very clean looking person. There could be herpes in the background.
in the background, yeah,
So I got to wear condoms, everybody.
yeah. In the foreground, in the background. This is it, man.
Bank, bank.
Bang bang.
It's so crazy because in preparation for this, we were talking about like what to talk about. Do you remember the first time that you met us?
Yeah, but not like romantically. Gay.
Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was at Comedy Cafe. No,
You met me 6 years ago.
6 years. I know.
You know that? You remember where
No,
it
you
was?
didn't.
Where was it?
Bro, we did a fucking we did a Zoom show for Fedor.
Oh shit!
You remember this?
During
A corporate
COVID.
show during COVID.
Oh my
You remember
God!
this?
With those rich people on an island.
Yes, literally.
That is not a good thing to be today.
Rich people
Rich
on
people
the
on an
island.
island. These fucking. They could have been on that. We could have been doing Zoom shows
Yeah.
for Epstein's Island.
Literally, Bonaire, it was like a bunch of scuba motherfuckers that got like a scuba business, a bunch of white people. And
Bonaire
man,
means happy in French, but it also sounds like boner in English.
Bonaire.
Is it spelled the same?
It's
Like a
bonaire.
French guy saying, I have an erection.
Bonaire.
Oh, je suis un bonaire.
It's a petit bonheur, petit bonheur. It's a little bit of a bonheur. I remember this was the first time I met you. I was like 20 years old, and I think you lived in Portugal at the time. You
Yeah,
remember
that's
that?
right, yeah.
Yeah? And
That
I was
pre-divorce. I was a miserable person.
pre-divorce?
Pre-divorce, I was like, oh, get me out this bitch. I wish they had a Maury Povich in Europe. I would have been divorced a year before. I'm all, cause she's a bitch, Maury.
What drew you in?
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Dude, we met during COVID. We were both locked up.
Yeah.
And then that first summer, she's like, oh, it was going to be legal to come to Europe if you already had COVID and I already had it. So I was like, okay, well, we were talking every day over, it's an app called, It's one of the apps where there's a feature called Passport where you
Tinder.
can put yourself anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't Tinder though.
It wasn't
I'm
Tinder
an
Passport.
adult man, my friend. Tinder? What do I not have pubes? Come on, man. No, what's that one with the honeycomb symbol? Bumble, that's it. It was Bumble, and they had a feature called Passport. So as a way to mentally leave New York, because imagine this, right? It was bad enough hearing ambulances out here. Imagine living in a building with 4,000 people.
Yeah.
You heard an ambulance every 10 minutes. And there were people dead people in the elevator, dead people in the stairways. It was like a nuclear bomb went off. New York was not like what you guys were seeing on TV over here. New York was crazy.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
before it
Dead
got
bodies.
gentrified kind of thing.
It got wild. Check this out. There was an app that a lot of people in New York have called the Citizen app. And basically, it's tied into the police department. So you go, oh, there was a stabbing over here. Oh, there was a rape over there. Oh, there's a murder over here. And when COVID happened, it's like the noise of the normal people went down because they all went indoors, and the noise of the crazy people went way up. because they didn't know what was happening. They're like,
what's everybody inside?
Yeah. This guy's just like, COVID, I just fought a gorilla. I'm like, that was a squirrel. Just crazy people. So the noise of the crazy people, and I felt like I was going crazy. So I started like traveling psychologically, and I met the Swedish chick. We hit it off, talked for like 6 hours every day, but it was during COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I thought she was amazing. And then I flew to Barcelona. They stopped me, didn't let me in, said the law changed when I was in the air. That's how volatile the laws were. I had COVID, I had my document, but I got to Barcelona. They're like, you can't come in because we changed the law yesterday.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then they put me in jail, made me spend the night, and then sent me back the next day back to the States. And then 3 weeks later, we met in Gibraltar and got married in Gibraltar. But I didn't, because if we got married and the law changed, they couldn't separate us. So that's why we did it. So like I met her and then got married to her in like 4 days.
It was
wild.
At what point were you like, oh, I think I made a little bit of a mistake?
Oh, like the first day in Barcelona, she got really drunk. I think there is a issue, right? But I think she got really, really drunk. And I remember being the first show I was going to do in Barcelona ever. It was like one of the first days when they open up, you know? And then I was in the green room, and then I heard the host going, what? Wow, okay, well, who are you here to see? And then I just hear this voice go, none of you are funny. Put my husband on. He's the only person here who's funny.
Oh, my God.
And then I look, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then the host goes, who's your husband? And I'm like, no. And she goes, just put him on. And then I go on stage to the whole audience just looking at me like.
Were you actually supposed to go first?
No, I was
So
closing.
she was heckling the entire time?
She was heckling. I had no idea.
God.
But she was like, whenever alcoholics are different than normal people. Like a normal person can drink alcohol and you'd be like, oh, I can tell you're buzzed. An alcoholic, I'm like, oh, you're somebody else now.
Yeah.
You're different.
Yeah.
Her face, she wasn't the same person. It was like vampire shit. I was like, who is that lady that I've never seen before? Mean shit.
Do you remember what you
Abusive
said?
Shit.
Do you remember what you said on stage? How do you go up to?
I said on stage.
Well, how do you go up to your wife?
It's funny because you have to address the reality.
Yeah.
For me, that's the number one rule. Whenever something throws me a curveball on stage, I just go straight to reality.
Yeah.
And so I go, you know, the drunk woman there, that's my wife. And and I go, and we got married after only knowing each other 3 days. So it's nice to meet all of you. And it's also nice to meet my wife's alcohol problem for the first time. Like that. And then they laughed, you know, but then it was just like, oh, she didn't like that joke apparently. Like she was just so mean, dude.
Yeah.
Just so mean.
And she's from Sweden.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then she moved to Barcelona.
And you're used to people from Sweden. It's a very weird. The Swedes are an impressive people, right? They were known for raping and pillaging. They raped so much they made British women unattractive. That's how much they raped. That's true.
But
that's in books. That's in
British people are attractive.
books.
No, but look, what are they known for now? Discount furniture.
Yeah.
How did they do that?
How did they do that?
I can't wait for the year that Arabs are like, you know, they used to think we were terrorists.
Now we make pottery like a motherfucker.
Now we're known for garden furniture.
Yeah.
Arab, Moroccan garden furniture.
Wow.
That's going to be a good time.
I've never thought about the greatest rebranding of all time.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
So I was like, why are you with the old software?
Yeah. I didn't get updated.
Come up to IKEA, download the IKEA update.
Yeah,
You know what I've hated about the phrase raping and pillaging? I had to look up what pillaging was. Pillaging is just like stealing.
It's
shit.
just taking shit.
it's just stealing.
So I imagine when they invented that phrase, like the police had come into this village after the Vikings left, and they're like, what happened? And they're like, the women are like, they raped us. And then there's this guy in the back, he's like, and they also took my radio. And they go, oh, fuck, they didn't just rape, they stole.
They stole this stuff.
Just raping and pillaging. And then they had raping be the opener and pillaging be the headliner. Like, shouldn't it be like they stole things and they raped?
Yeah.
Not they raped and they stole. Like, what? What kind of sexist shit is that?
Yo, that's fucking.
That order says a lot.
It does. The way you say things, it's wow.
It's crazy.
Because have you been to England?
Yeah, I used to live there.
And you also agree with that, like, oh, like they all look like funny people?
Of course. I mean, look, I didn't change history. Okay. You know what I mean? That's what happened. Like, the Vikings came in and they stole the prettiest women.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Don't get mad at me if you're some kind of lady doctor,
no.
or somebody who finishes your post with lady boss, and you're going to be like the representative for women, and then come at me. I want you to know I lived with gay people. My wife was once a gay until I fixed her.
Was once. Never again.
You know what I mean? So don't come at me.
Don't come at me, man.
I'm just saying, I read this. If I'm wrong, send me a link to something I can watch with my eyes.
Yeah, email in the background.
Yeah, don't send me like a huge document. What am I, Jesus? I can't read like that. I'm a human being with a job.
Oh, man. Dude.
Just send me a link to a video that proves that I'm wrong. I will change my language. You retard. No, just kidding.
Where are you from? Because
I'm
your
Egyptian.
appearance is a little of an enigma to me.
Yeah, guess where
I
he's
get
from.
that. Yeah, I'm Egyptian, but we moved to East LA when I was a kid. So I grew up in like East Los Angeles in like a 90% Mexican neighborhood, and then New York most of my adult life, and then just like all over Europe. I've been.
Where were you born?
Cairo.
Cairo.
Yeah, Cairo's a weird place to be born, man.
Yeah.
They did like some ritual shit on me.
What did they do?
In the apartment buildings in Cairo. This is also fucked up, but this is just it's the way it is. There's desert people or like country folks from Egypt that live in the basements, and then they work as like maids, butlers, valets for the building, right? So these people were like tribal people. So when I was born, we were close with them, and then they said, "Oh, Tamer is here. Can we do a Bedouin ritual?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, what is it?" And then they got like this big like cooking pan. You know, they put me, the baby, in the pan, and they invited all these kids over, and they gave them noisemakers, like New Year's Eve noisemakers. Yeah. And then they started singing like "Welcome to the City" or whatever, and then they were making all this noise. And when the noise was too loud, I started crying. And then when I started crying, they stopped, and then they took turns hugging me. And then they put me back in the pan and then did it again and then made the noise. But the noisemakers were like sounds of police sirens, cars crashing. So it was like the sounds of the city.
Just in the background.
And then they would make your brain associate the sounds of the city with like affection, with like love. That's how noisy Cairo was.
How old were you?
I was a baby. What do you mean? What?
Like,
I was 32 years
fresh
old.
Fresh off the womb?
Just naked in a pan.
Brother, fresh off the womb, they got you doing this.
Uh-huh.
Fresh off the womb, you doing this.
I took a shower first. I wasn't like, I'm a man, but I smell like a lady. No, I bathed. Yeah. I don't remember, obviously, but like my mom told me this was crazy. Like Egypt was wild.
How long were you in Egypt for?
So I was like almost 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have a first memory in Egypt, like from the? I don't know how, like, can you remember shit when you were 6 years? I don't remember.
I just think of the pyramids.
Yeah, I get that. It's one of our best things.
Yeah.
Also, hookahs are nice. No, I'm just kidding. Pyramids are pretty dope. They're pretty. There is something about Egypt too. Like, I'm a little bit biased, I guess, but I don't love the Egyptian government. I don't like any of the governments really. But like when I go to Egypt, there's something special in the air. Like it's not normal. You know what I mean? Like, you can see a new jacket in a store and you're like, oh, this is nice. It's new. It's fresh. Yeah. And then you see like an old beat up ass leather jacket that like it's covered in like scars of history. Maybe a dude fell off a motorcycle, maybe whatever, like a beer stain, whiskey stain, whatever. But it just looks alive.
Yeah.
That's the air in Egypt, man. It's like
there's a lot of trauma, but we alive still.
History.
Yeah, okay.
And it's still, the desert is on the buildings from sandstorms and shit. So it's just, it looks like fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
But in real life, you know,
it's got
there's
one Egyptian girl, and Egyptians are so proud of their culture and history. Like they'll tell you everything about it.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was one of the most awesome things because you're mentioning like the culture. So I met this Egyptian kid. He was like 19, and he said that Napoleon tried to take over Egypt and failed that shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like the French people tried to take over Egypt and stuff like this. And now you move to France.
Yeah.
Well, does that feel like a getting back kind of thing? Like, how do you, like, why'd you do that, man? Like,
I feel like since it was 1,000 years ago, I got over it.
nah, man, history repeats itself, baby. We don't.
No, man. I mean, all that shit that they whenever like they try to put me in a team mindset, I'm just like, emotionally, I'm a skateboarder.
Yeah.
It's not a team sport.
You're a free agent.
There's only room for one cat on my board. And like, if you try to pull me into hating somebody that you hate or liking somebody that you like or whatever, I do it on my terms. I'm not just gonna be like, that cake tastes like shit. Well, how do you know? She told me.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta taste that shit. I gotta taste shit. And it's not because like I don't respect other people's opinions. It's because like I want my feelings to be authentic.
True.
I'm not just gonna be like, I hate a motherfucker, and then when somebody says why, I don't have a good reason. Anybody I hate, there's a fucking direct line.
Yeah.
There's like, and I like a detective office board with like a red yarn.
Yeah. It's just one piece of yarn.
I'm on, and you owe me $42, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they raped and pillaged.
Man.
You're like,
You stole my radio
after
after you raped my wife.
So you have a Jewish mom, Muslim dad.
Yeah.
And you guys all moved to the States after Cairo.
My dad moved first
Your dad moved first.
because like we didn't know what America was.
Okay.
There was no internet. So like the idea of going to America was like the idea of going to the moon.
Yeah.
Like I know it's there, but I don't know how far away it is, like literally in miles, and culturally in thought.
Yeah.
It's like it's even further away in like thought. You know, like the way people think there, it's wild, and the way people think in Egypt. Like you go that far away, just crazy shit's different.
But that's the thing. You grew up in, in Egypt. We also went to LA and New York, but and they're on two different coasts. Weren't they kind of different as well? Like each side also had their own thoughts and beliefs and cultures,
100%,
right?
Yeah.
Because then, what was like the main thing that you would say connected you with the LA culture? Because I know you had like the big brand, like
Chicano culture, man.
Yes,
They
right?
accepted me 100%, and because of them, the Puerto Rican friends, Dominican friends, they all kind of got down with me too. But it was like when I was a kid, I worked at Club Med in Santo Domingo in Punta Cana, and because of that, like all my friends that are from the Dominican Republic were like, "Yo, this cat just knows where we're from." And sometimes when you're like an underrepresented group of people, and someone just knows your country and had like a great time there, then they're just like, "You guys want to hear a crazy story that happened in the DR?"
Yeah.
Oh, dude, so I worked at Club Med, right? In Punta Cana, but we would take this bus called the Guagua from the resorts to like bars. And they call it the Guagua. It was a bus owned by a church. So it's free, but you got to listen to them preach in your ear about Jesus. And it's a bus that has like dead chickens on the bumper, like hanging on their necks. And we're going into fucking Santo Domingo. So we go to Santo Domingo and we go to this bar, and I was with some Dominican homies that worked on the resort. And then we were at this nightclub, and this fine girl was like one of the hottest girls I've ever seen. Super low-cut dress, boobs, just crazy.
Yeah.
And then one of my Dominican friends walks up to her, and then she gives him money. And then he comes back. I'm like, dude, is that your lady? He's all, no, that's my mom.
What the fuck?
I'm like, why is your mom so hot? So she had me when she was 12. I was like, she's still in my date range. Your mom is still in my date range. So, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Put some protection. It is so.
So then, this is crazy, man. So then we end up going to a cockfight. Right? And
yes, they big out there.
I'd never been to a cockfight before, but we were super drunk on this beer called Presidente. And
That's it.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm getting flashbacks. To
you
the
know this
Caribbean.
shit?
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude. And there was a guy named Danilo that was running for president, and his tagline was "Tranquilo con Danilo." And it was all about like everything's chill. So we were drinking Presidentes, and we got super drunk, and then we go to this cockfight. Everybody's sitting down. And then it was like right when it was starting, we were like one of the first people. And then one of the cocks like started flying up in the stands, and everybody started running. And I was just sitting there. I'm like, yo, what's up, chicken? Like, and I was like looking at the chicken. And while I was sitting there, some guy grabbed him by the neck. And then they run him down. They all start going, oh, loco pelon, like crazy bald guy. You're crazy. And I'm like, I'm not crazy, dude. Yeah. And then the chickens start fighting, and there's blood.
Like a motherfucker.
And I'm like, holy fuck, this is worse than UFC. Yeah. And then I go, what's going on? My friend goes, dude, that's why they think you're crazy. There's razor blades on the back of their legs. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. And I was just sitting there. So ever since then, like all the dudes were like, oh, that guy's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. I was just stupid.
Just clueless. Why did they have razor blades at the back of their
leg? Bro, they train those chickens to fucking, they train them to kill. They feed them chicken. They put razor blades on the fucking thing. Like, they train them to kill, to go after other chicken, bro.
Yeah, man, they're like the Americans of chickens. Trained to hate everybody else.
UFC, KFC.
That's fat.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's fat, yeah.
This chair is ridiculous. I feel like I'm 11.
You got the feet up.
My feet are up in the air.
Come on, son.
I'm going to go like this when I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. We're going to have to burp you in a sec.
This chair is ridiculous. I'm a man.
It's okay. You look like a man in it.
Thank you.
You're taking a lot of physical space in it. It's good. Yeah. Dominating it.
That's my job. Make room for my balls.
Were you always comfortable in yourself, or was that something that you matured into?
No, dude, I would be so jealous of people that look like what they were. I was always like, man, what's that like? Like if I saw people that had like a big family, I'd be like, oh, what's that like? Because I was an only child. Same thing if I saw someone who was like, oh, I'm from Germany, and I go, Mini. I'm like, yeah, I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see you look German. I can see you look French. I can see you look Swedish. I'm like, it must be weird to be Swedish and have blonde hair and blue eyes. Yeah. I'm like Egyptian, and Egyptian's like, you're not Egyptian. I'm like, I am. But then I'm a little bit Greek. And then the Greeks are like, you're not really Greek. Americans are like, you're not American. My mom's religion was like, oh, his dad's Muslim. My dad's was like, oh, his mom's a Jew. And then my grandmother was Greek Orthodox. And my parents came home one time and she had baptized me without telling them. She was sitting with her legs crossed, purple skirt, green shirt, cigarette, whiskey glass.
Gangster.
Like that. It was like Mad Men, but with a redhead lady. Like she was Dawn Draper. And she hits her cigarette and she goes, by the way, Tamer's Greek Orthodox now. And then and as she's inhaling, my dad's eyes are like, oh. Like, you know when a cat sees ham?
Yeah.
That was my dad. He was going like crazy. And then she just looked at him and goes, I'm sorry, my grandson's not going to hell. So I kind of grew up Greek Orthodox, like in terms of like religious concepts that like felt like a security blanket, because I knew that's what it was.
Yeah.
Religion is a guess. That's what religion is.
And you never gravitated to any of them, because you had all these 3 different kind of religions growing up. You never, like, none of them like stuck out to you. Like, oh, I kind of like that one a little bit.
Look, if people really wanted to solve the problem, they would take all the major religions and be like, let's write another book about what they all agree on. But they're not interested in solving problems. They're interested in keeping us divided.
Yeah, keeping it separate.
Even within Christianity, you'll have Christians fight. Within Islam, you have Muslims fight and go, no, it's this way, no, it's that. It's like, motherfucker, pay your taxes. Live a life. Like, isn't life enough?
Yeah.
So the world is being destroyed by bored people.
We recently met like this photographer dude, and he took like this picture, and it had all these different priests from the different religions, like in Amsterdam, all in one picture. And apparently he said this has never happened before. Like all of these different people, like representatives of these religions, have never all been in one picture before. And like this is the first time they actually spoke too. Like they would be like, "Oh, you're like a Catholic, or you're this, you're that." They never spoke before. Yeah. And he was like, "It's so interesting that all of these people that have these beliefs never once shared wisdom and shit like this, right?"
I think you need to. I think religion is dangerous. And here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying take it away. I'm saying you got to have a license. You got to have a license to be religious now. That's the new law. You want to be a Christian? Okay, you got to pass a test.
Do the work. Yeah.
Read the fucking book.
Yeah.
You can't be a Christian, just sit there and have someone else tell you what it is. You want to be a Christian, you got to get a license. Without this license, you can't come into Christian church. So you want to be Christian, good. Read the book, understand the concepts for yourself. Then you can come into church with questions after you earn your license. But there's a bunch of people driving around this idea you can kill another person or other people's lives aren't worth as much as you. They haven't even read the fucking book. They don't even have one of the licenses where you could sit next to your parent. You know what I mean? They can't even do that.
Yeah,
and
millennials,
if you haven't read the book, you don't have the right to tell people how to fucking live. It's the thing that's turned me off about every religion. Like, people go, oh, who did you have problems with? If you grew up Muslim and Jewish and Arab and American, all those things hate each other. So who did you have problems with? And I'm like, I had good friends who were Jewish. I had good friends who were Muslim. I didn't care if they're from Israel. I didn't care if they're from the Middle East. But the really religious Arab and the really religious Jew can both go fuck themselves. Yeah. Because they were both the same kind of asshole.
Yeah.
They were so much alike because they were both trying to get in my face. Yeah. Tell me how I should live, what I should do, what I shouldn't do. And I'm like, fuck you. You and Baltazar need to go fuck yourselves. Yeah. Because you're nothing like me. I'm not like you, and I don't have to be like you.
Do you feel like that idea of separating everybody is very American, and once you come to Europe, it's a bit different? Like, people are more open-minded, or they're a bit more?
A little bit. I think I'm really excited that Europe has eyes on it now. Okay. All the American tech that's been bleeding in here, and the influence that they have as oligarchs and the governments now. These are the most dangerous thing in the world is not a powerful man. It's a weak man that you give power to. Remember when villains used to look confident?
Yeah.
How come all the bad guys look scared? Yeah. Because we gave too much power to people who can't handle it. It's like putting a kid on a Harley Davidson. He's like, I'm thrilled, but I'm scared. Yeah. And that's Elon Musk's face all the time. I'm thrilled, but I'm scared. Same with Donald Trump. He's not a tough guy. If you make a big sound, he will shit his pants. He never got shot in the ear. That was UFC fake blood, or I'm sorry, WWE fake blood. Yeah. He's done skits on WWE where he literally does fake blood. And it's so ridiculous.
He knows how to perform it.
It's so shocking to me. This is how it makes sense to me. There's an old Chinese saying, and it says, only the craziest mouse would hide in a cat's ear, but only the smartest cat would look there. And this motherfucker is in America's ear going, yeah, little kids are kind of sexy. Yeah. I didn't say I did it, but man, look at the legs. Look at the legs. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, yeah, I had beauty pageants for underage girls. Yeah, I was in the dressing room. It's my right. Yeah, if my daughter wasn't my daughter, I'd date her. How much more evidence do you need? Yeah. There's so much evidence. Literal victims going, he raped me when I was 14. And he's the president of the United States of America. He didn't even get called into HR.
There's no HR. There's no HR for that.
One time I burned my hand at work and I went, fuck! And I got called into HR. This motherfucker's raping kids. And HR doesn't even want to have a conversation with him.
At least he's not
It's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. And it's because it's weak men. We've given weak men power because the nerds used to be nerds and girls didn't give them sex. And then everything changed, and then the nerds became cool, and girls started boning them, and they can't handle the size of that motorcycle.
The White House actually has an HR department.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Good research.
Thank you.
Are they like on vacation right now? Like, what's?
I bet you they got posters of Donald Trump on the wall.
Yeah, it's probably
that is like ass kissing.
Small, like cupboard, small room, one desk.
I'm sure it's just one stressed out lady with a wig. She's like, I used to have hair.
Yeah, she's smoking 8 cigarettes.
Can you imagine HR department at the White House? Jesus Christ. That's the worst HR department in the world. Bill Clinton getting blowjobs under his desk. Trump murdering immigrant. Like, how are you? Okay, I know it says in the manual not to kill people. Yeah. People make mistakes. Let's call this strike one, and we're going to put it in your file. Like, how many people do you need to kill?
How many strikes do you get?
It's unbelievable. It's so disturbing that it's out in the open. I mean, it's good, but it's nasty.
That's how I feel about it. I'm happy that now it is actually happening in the open instead of behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Even like I like the evil a little because it just exposes it.
Yeah. But the shit they're talking about, I don't think like people realize how bad it is yet.
Yeah.
They're talking about fucking children.
Yeah. Talk about eating children.
Eating children. These are like literal vampires.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. You don't have to. I think we need to start judging wealth the way we judge like alcohol. There should be a point where somebody goes, "That's enough." Yeah. You're starting to get drunk. Yeah. You're starting to think you're better than everyone. You're starting to think you could just pick up on any girl at the bar. You can't behave like that. We got to kick you out the bar. That people who get drunk on money or who are financially obese are just like people at bars who cross a line. There's a line that they cross. And like cigarettes, right? They have the pictures of people with the different illnesses. We should have stacks of money, and the band should have like a picture of Elon going like doing the Nazi salute. Or there's like a picture of Trump on an island with a kid being, be careful with this. Yeah. Look what could happen if you take this in the wrong dosages. It's a disease.
It's an epidemic.
It's a disease.
Yeah.
They are lonely motherfuckers, lonely and bored.
They're bored. It's just like a test of how far can we go. Yeah. Like, oh, we got all this, like, fuck it, we can eat kids. No one will say anything because we are who we are.
How does that even, that's not a normal brain.
Yeah.
That's not a normal brain.
No.
I've heard people say online, there's nothing to do late game.
Say it again?
There's nothing to do late game. That when you're in a game and you've done everything, you've played every mission, you've done all the parts of the game.
You start doing awful shit.
Eventually you just start doing anything.
Like, fuck
GTA 5. Like,
kind of like GTA 5. Like once you do all the missions, like, I'll just fucking kill random people run around.
I'm just shocked. I think we're all
5 stars on my shit. I'm gonna just get 5 stars. Fuck it.
Get a UAV.
I could afford to pay it off, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what's funny? One of my friends was dating a chick who stabbed him. Shout out to Danny Biswano. And I was like, God damn, she stabbed you. I'm like, that's an intent. And he was like, yeah, but the sex was great, dude. I'm like, yeah, I bet. But there's a thing that people say when they get stabbed, and they say, like, when you get stabbed, there's a moment you're like, what? Like, what? Your brain doesn't go, I got stabbed. Your brain goes, what? What's happening? What's it? Blood, hole. Oh, I got stabbed. I think that's what's happening with society right now. We're like, children, island, rape, eating, cannibalism. We got stabbed. Clinton, even fucking, what's his name in the wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. God, he makes men look bad, dude.
Yeah.
You know how far... You know how hard it's hard enough to get to an island, but in that chair.
No, but off the cuff, this guy like left his wife for his nurse that was taking care of him. So immediately from the top, you're like, oh, you're just going off of pure desire. Like you're not even you're going off of temptation.
Terrible person, dude. Terrible person. Like, can you imagine a dude with just a melted body, just a brain floating in a fishbowl, and he looks at his sexy, attractive wife, and he's like, I'm over you. Daddy craves something different. It's like, really? I'd like to fuck something that doesn't look like a cup of pudding. Yeah. You know, what about her?
Yeah.
And he's the cheater? How bad does that make men look?
And she would wash him. She would fucking bathe him, feed him for
Crazy.
years. And
what a piece of shit you got to be.
Right?
You got to be the biggest piece of shit. I don't care if you're in a wheelchair. Fuck that guy.
But imagine the trial, and you have to say, Stephen Hawking molested me.
Crazy.
How?
Yeah. How?
Well, I don't know. He's got that. I could see him doing like that Vulcan brain power, like Spock on Star Trek. Like, I will use math. I will use mathematics to rape you. What's the square root of 7? And she's like, I tried to figure it out, then I just woke up. And he was on top of me. Could you imagine? A math problem that's so hard that you pass out. And then Stephen Hawking is like melted on top of you like you're like you're a quesadilla. Yeah. And he's like, wow.
Like a glazed donut just like, laying on your shit.
You smell like provolone.
Oh my God.
I bet he does smell like cheese. Fuck that dude.
Fuck that dude.
Fuck that
dude. Should we take a break quickly?
Sure.
I shouldn't say that on the podcast.
Looks like a robot.
Yeah,
you got to put a wig on this.
Yeah, you just keep it running.
Just put that helmet on that.
That's hilarious. I had the weirdest thing happen. So I had a group of friends that I grew up with, and then some crazy shit happened in my family, and then the family like completely like just blamed everything on me when it really wasn't my fault. But it was, I'd say, religious influence on their part weighed heavy on their decision. The other people this guy could have got mad at, they were all part of their church. I was the only one who wasn't in church. And then when the finger went, well, what about him? Then it was like very convenient. So it even got to the point where they would invite my mom to Christmas parties, but say, don't bring Tamer. And my mom was like, are you crazy? Like, she goes, you guys are insane. And then we just stopped talking to them. So that happened like, he was my cousin, right? So that was like 10 years ago. No, more. 14 years ago, dude. So, and all this time I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. So it didn't weigh heavy on my heart. I was like, you know, things happen in life sometimes.
Yeah.
And all these years later, I got a phone call this morning from like an ex of my cousin. And she just like was crying and saying like, oh my God, I can't believe what happened. I just want you to know, like, I completely disagree with what they did and how they did it. And I feel like they completely blamed you for something just because it was more convenient. And I was like, this is so funny. And I'm like, yo, I'm all honest to God. I'm not mad. I don't want redemption.
Yeah.
I'm chill. I'm good. And it was like, man, that's kind of like an emotional finish line for me. Like, it felt good to be like, the best revenge is just to be like,
nothing.
I don't even need anything bad to happen to you. I don't want you to be miserable. I hope you're happy, but man, am I glad we ain't friends. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy. The story is too gnarly to tell you.
Yeah.
Do you like feed off of the negative energy of other people like that? Like, you be like, oh yeah, I get a vibe from you. I ain't trying to be near that.
I can feel it.
You feel it
because, well, you know, my dad was like abusive. You know, so when I was a kid, you get spidey senses. It's like getting bit by a spider, but the spider is an Arab dad. But you get a spidey sense now where like I could read his energy. I could read when he was in a good mood, when he was in a bad mood. When he was in a good mood, I could walk towards him. When he was in a bad mood, I stayed away. So like you start developing that skill, and I could feel energy for sure. Because you know what it's like? It's like before there's lightning, before there's thunder, there's lightning, right? There's a gap of time between the two, and I could feel when someone's walking into a bar and their clouds rumbling.
You see that flash of light?
Yeah, they're like, waiting. Oh. They're waiting for thunder, and I'm like, I've done enough boxing in my life to not street fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless I have to, then it's a different thing. But it's like you could avoid it 99% of the time. Yeah, man, I could feel it. I could sense it right away. And now I used to run into it because I was like, I had this like, I was bullied when I was a kid. So I had this big, no, you won't, motherfucker kind of attitude. You know what I mean? Like, and so I was a little defensive. And then now I learned like, you could just be water and just stay chill. Because when I get angry, even after a fight, it would stay in me. My body would feel like not normal for like a day and a half because I would just had so much rage inside. And so now I'm just like, it felt so cool to have something that was that big and then have me just be like, yeah, come cool.
And you chilling out was a gradual process. It wasn't like something happened it was just you. I
mean, I don't know if I could give it all to therapy because I know like as you get older too, you like your testosterone goes down too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like I was a rescue animal, and then like this is the part where I'm like, okay, I can sleep here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like, I could sleep indoors. Like I'm used to this now.
I feel like comedy helped you in like a therapeutic kind of way too.
Big time, yeah.
And also this feeling of energy helps with
that
as well?
I mean, I think it depends on the style of comedy you do. You know, like there's different genres of music.
Yeah.
I think there's certain styles of comedy that are more like rock and roll or hip hop where it comes from truth. And then there's some kind of music that doesn't. But like the kind of comedy that comes from truth, I think is totally therapeutic because you have to like, it's self-examination, right?
Yeah. I love that you say that because we actually have a game prepared for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Where it's a game that we have. It's a game that we have, and it's called Set You Up.
I feel like
you set me up.
I feel like a lady talking to Louis C.K. right now.
You fell into the trap, man. You fell into the trap.
But you're going to have to do them.
I'm like, I can't believe I gave consent. I don't know how this happened.
So this game is called You Set Me Up. And basically,
you set me up? Okay.
You have some music, technically, because you're labeled as a musical artist online when you looked up.
Yeah. That's
because of your Spotify, because you put up your jokes on Spotify.
That's right, yeah.
So they label you as a music artist. And we listened to your Spotify, and we were like, oh, we're going to say the punchlines to you to see if you remember what the setup was.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Oh, interesting. I like this game.
So we got a couple. By the way, great album.
Oh, thank you, man.
Great.
Awesome.
I was so proud of that album.
7 years ago, right?
Yeah, a long
so
time.
He's posted a Spotify album, but each song is a joke of his.
Yeah,
which is great.
It's like the headline of the joke,
dude,
and then
the guy who produced that album produced Richard Pryor's albums.
Oh,
fire!
what?
God damn it!
He's
so
amazing.
Sick.
He's an amazing man. Super cool guy, and yeah, he produced my album. He's the shit. Yeah. And Richard Pryor, His Facebook profile picture was.
How did you get this connect? How did that happen?
I won the World Series of Comedy, and then he was there, and part of the winning prize was he'd produce an album for you.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
The World Series of Comedy, where was that?
World Series of Comedy. Well, I did it because I just got back from Europe, and I didn't want to win I didn't want to do a competition. I just wanted to perform live in front of bookers. And so this competition is you sign up for it. It takes a year, but every couple weeks they would have a satellite competition. So it'd be from Florida, Chicago, Atlanta, all up and down America. And then in the end, the top 3 winners from all those shows go to Vegas. And then that's the top 100. And then the top 100 kind of compete. And then at the end, if you win, you can feature for a whole year. Theoretically.
Yeah.
But a lot of venues are like, yeah, you can feature and we'll pay you, but we're not paying for your airfare. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to lose money to perform in, Clearwater, Florida.
Yeah.
So I think I only did like 20 weeks out of the 52, but it was still cool. It was definitely like a boost in my confidence. But it was a little bit like, when musicians win Artist of the Year and then they disappear?
Yeah.
It was like after that, people were like, oh, why aren't more things happening for him?
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like working hard to keep my head above water. Like people were almost dismissive of me for like almost 2 years, it felt like.
And almost wild. Because you won this competition.
Yeah, because comedy is so subjective too. It is weird to be like, I won this thing. But then of course the competition would say stuff like, oh, no other comic's done this or that and blah, blah, blah. And he beat this is the best feature act in America. And then so people on the other side are like, fuck, no, he's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there was a lot of this hate energy. Yeah. And it didn't even have to be a lot of hate, but it was focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
People paying attention to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a while where I was like, oh, I feel this nasty universal energy on me. Yeah. It's like, that's where Evil Eye came from. Evil Eye, there's some real shit about like jealous energy is like the black mold of energy. This is bad for your house.
Yeah, that shit too. Oh my god,
it's bad.
Because also
jealousy's bad.
With that jealousy energy, like they're being nice to your face, but it's a different thing completely. Yeah, man.
That's when it was like that was some real world shit. Where I'm like, oh, a girl just cheated on me for the first time. It was like, oh, people are really dishonest.
Yeah,
sometimes. So it was a good education, but it showed me those were the years where I found out how much I love comedy. That no matter how bad I got.
Bro, it really showed in this album. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like the jokes top to everything, went back to back. You were having fun too.
Totally.
You were laughing in it. Like
I had a great time.
yeah. Great album. And we're gonna reference some of your punchlines and
cheers.
You see if you remember the setup.
This is maybe my favorite tag that you had. All right, this is it. Mom, there are 3 little Muslim women that won candy.
3 little Muslim women want candy. That was my Halloween joke.
Yeah.
Moving to America and then saying 3 little kids dressed like Batman ring my doorbell. Yeah. And I'm like, Mom, 3 little Muslim women want candy.
So you moved to America on 25th of October?
28th of October.
28th
3 days later was
Halloween
night.
Halloween.
And we didn't know what Halloween was. I'm like, why did we move here? I'm like, does this happen one Thursday or every Thursday? Like, who are these people? Like,
all right. I wanted to get this one. I came downstairs and there was a dead pigeon.
That was a true story.
Yeah, it's great.
That happened the morning I went to Seattle.
Yeah.
As I lived in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Not Hollywood, the movies, a Hollywood, like the crack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so outside my apartment, there'd be homeless guys sometimes. And then one time, I looked out my apartment window and I saw a homeless guy. And so the way I introduced my album in Seattle was, I'm like, oh, I like Seattle. This is a nice town. You guys have all this stuff that we don't have in LA, like happiness and joy. And then I said, like, this morning I looked out my bathroom window and I saw a homeless guy squatting like in the front yard of my apartment building. And I'm like, man, I hope he's not pooping. He better not be pooping. And I look and sure enough, he was pooping. Right? So then I go, hey, get out of here. And he just looks up and he goes, he shit on me first. And I'm like, what? And then I come downstairs as I'm about to go to work and I look down and there was poop on a dead pigeon. I'm like, welcome to Los Angeles. It's beautiful.
You shit on me first.
It was one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my life. Just to have like daily interactions with homeless people. They're like, hey, how's it going, bro? Like one time I walked past this homeless guy and I go, Happy New Year. And he goes, fuck you. I'm like, yeah, you don't say Happy New Year to a guy sleeping in a box. You don't. It wasn't a nice thing to say. Have a nice day. Yeah, you can't say have a nice day.
What are your resolutions?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I feel like I'm in a box.
You gotta think outside.
Time to think outside the
box. Yeah.
But I'll never forget that. Happy New Year. Fuck you.
You're like, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, he was right.
Let's do one more. This is, I think, Hey, you don't know what order this happened in.
Oh, shit.
This is
totally
great.
Remember this joke. I go, this is about like being middle-aged and single.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm middle-aged. I wear glasses. Sometimes I have a beard. Sometimes I drive a van. So everybody's suspicious of me. And I go, like the other day I was sitting in a park just writing some jokes. And then some kids walked by and started playing in front of me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who are these kids? Yeah. Where are their parents? And then these other people walked by and started looking at me suspiciously. And I'm like, hey, you don't know what order this happened in. I don't know if I said this on the album, but I ended up adding a tag. And I go, they
got you.
I got here. Wait, what?
I can do it for you.
Wait.
He's almost got it. Almost got it.
You got it.
You don't know what order
those
this happened.
kids got here way after I was naked. Yeah, those kids got here way after I was naked.
On the album, you say boner.
Boner. Oh, did they say? Those kids got here way after I had this boner.
Yeah. I like naked though.
Naked's less creepy.
Bonaire.
Especially considering the world we're in today. Just every morning. Can I have one breakfast without hearing about pedophilia? Just one egg. One peaceful egg. I haven't been able to eat breakfast without saying, these motherfuckers. Not one time I'm peppering my food with the bile that's in my mouth, with the disgust I have for these people.
Oh, what was
so foul?
What was like the first joke you wrote where you went, oh, this is real?
Dude. There were like two that I really liked.
Yeah.
There was like my dad my dad just didn't like me. I just say that. It's weird. But my dad didn't like me. It was a psychological thing that he had going on. My mom said that his dad died when he was really young and it made him really sad. So then my mom would go, why don't you love your son? He's like, I love my son. I just don't want to be too close. And she goes, what are you talking about? What's wrong with you? And he finally explained that he never wanted to get too close to me so that when he dies, I wouldn't be sad. And I'm like, what kind of it? This shows you how emotionally stupid men are.
Yeah.
You know, imagine coming from a society where like therapists are for crazy people. That was a heavy lisp. Therapists are for crazy people. If you have pain, you hold it down. You know, my dad had PTSD, all this other from war, crazy shit that happened to him. He just bottled it all in. So he had crazy fucking ideas. So my first jokes were about my dad. You know, like I remember going, hey, have you guys ever met someone that bullied you so badly you hated everyone with his name? And I'm like, that's why I hate guys named Dad. And I did this joke where I go, my dad goes, you know, every time I give you an inch, you take a mile. And I started thinking, if you got a mile of something, why would you only give me an inch of it? Like, I don't think I have a taking problem. I think you've got a giving problem. You know? That was like, those are like some of my first ones. Yeah. Dad jokes.
Was there a comedian that you watched live that the first time that kind of like shook you?
That made you go like, wow.
Yeah, it was D-Ray.
D-Ray Davis?
Yeah, D-Ray Davis.
Oh my God.
I saw D-Ray Davis at a Lamppost Pizza in La Puente. And I'd never seen live comedy before. And this was like a hot, crazy Latino and black mic in a Chicano neighborhood. And dude, there was crowd work wasn't optional. It was mandatory.
Yeah.
There wasn't a heckler.
You had to prove that you were funny.
It was fucking like people jousting.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. Like medieval times. On
if
a
I could
horse
jump
with
in,
a joust.
is this like the same era of like the Apollo where it was notorious that like they gonna shoot shit back at you, so you have to prove that you're funny to get to the jokes?
100%.
Okay.
It was nuts, and I remember seeing D-Ray just fucking like whack-a-mole.
Oh fuck.
And I was like, that is wild. So that was like my first time seeing it live, and it was very different than seeing it on TV.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you D-Ray Davis later.
Yeah, he's
really
funny. He still does great.
Oh, he's still performing too?
Hell yeah.
He's got
a night
acting.
at the Improv, Monday nights. I think it's Monday or Tuesday nights, the Improv in Hollywood.
I always wonder about that because I see a comic get into acting and I wonder if they stop doing it.
No, he's still a stand-up. He stayed a stand-up the whole time. I think he used to do Chocolate Sundays at Laugh Factory. And now he got D-Ray and Friends or something like that at the Improv on, I think, Tuesday nights at the Improv.
Did you ever do Chocolate Sundays?
Yeah.
I feel like those were fucking crazy.
That's what happens when you're Egyptian. They're like, that's
close enough.
We can have oat milk this time. Get over here, 2%. I was like, the second choice milk, when they didn't have enough black acts, they'd be like, Tamer's from Egypt.
Yeah.
Bring them to come through. And I loved it. It was great because the energy was fire. Like it taught you how to be present. Mm-hmm. You couldn't just like read your jokes in a black room. You better be present.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was great. It taught me how to find my rhythm and shit. I think there's way more musicality in comedy than people realize. Like way more.
Yeah.
I remember there were these jazz musicians that were sitting at a show, and after they're like, oh, that joke that you tell about the girl that broke your heart, that could be a blues song. And I'm like, let's do it. And they're like, what? And I'm like, let's make it a blues song. You guys are musicians. And then so we did. Like we went in there. One dude played piano, the other guy played stand-up bass, and I brought him on stage, and I told the joke with a bass and a piano in the background. Yeah. And then after, they're like, dude, you're like a saxophone player. And I'm like, what? They're like, every new joke that we did, they're like, your timing is like, fuck, it's like seriously playing with a saxophone player. And I was like, oh, that's wild. But it's true. There's a ton of
rhythm to it.
100%.
And you think that you learn
especially with improvising.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With I knew when to say the word, when to let it play out, when to let them get to the next beat, and they were like, dude, they're like, it's wild that you're not like
because you were like a proper member of an improv troupe, like or like an improv.
I did improv too. I like to do shit that I don't like. I don't like improv, and that's why I do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was me doing improv was like Jordan doing defense.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you mean when he had that like baseball era.
No.
He loved
maybe
baseball.
A little bit of baseball if I'm honest.
But he loved baseball though.
Yeah, but I didn't love it, but I knew it made me better.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like improv to me is vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's
good
important?
for me.
Yeah.
It's good for me and it keeps me lubricated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you do too much comedy, it's just like all red meat, and sometimes you get stuffed up. And you're like,
that's such a
I'm Joe Rogan. I'm talking, but you can't hear me over my facial expressions. I'm like, God, I can't even hear a joke because fucking eyeballs are too loud. Right? Why does he always look like he's taking a shit? I hate that man.
Have you met him before?
Him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him at the Comedy Store. He was quite rude.
Yeah.
Quite rude.
Like before the podcast, everything picked up.
He didn't like me because, I'll tell you why Joe Rogan doesn't like me. Because I was doing one of the first roast battles.
Yeah.
I was on one of the first roast battles. I was at the Comedy Store when Brian Moses and a bunch of the other cats had created it. And we had it in the belly room on, I think, Tuesday nights, whatever. And Joe Rogan was there one time. And Jeff Ross goes, no, I give that one to Persian Joe Rogan.
Persian Joe Rogan?
He's pointing at me, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I go, I'm like, excuse me, Jeffrey. I'm like, as an Egyptian, I'd like to say, first of all, I'm not 5'3". And the room exploded, and the belly room has glass. And I saw him in the mirror walk out as soon as I said that.
Oh, my God.
And ever since then, he's been looking up at me and giving me
We're going looking up at me.
One of my favorite jokes was I said I was walking through Amsterdam the other day, and this guy had a Joe Rogan tattoo, like a life-size Joe Rogan on his calf.
Life-size on his
actual size. Oh.
He is a very petite ass man. That's the thing. You could be as rich as you want to be. You could have all the money in the world. You could have all the listeners in the world. You can't get taller.
You're just taking shots at all the short gigs. Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like, you've seen all of these people, like, before they got there, and now you saw them get to where they are. Yeah. Are you, like, surprised by what happens anymore?
No one ever knows. No one ever knows what makes it pop or doesn't pop. That's why you got to do it because you love it. You know what I mean? I remember Bobby Lee was at the Comedy Store, and I'd taken this dude Aaron Chang to lunch to pick his brain about comedy. And we came back, and Bobby was like, hey, what's up? And we're like, what? They're like, where'd you guys come from? And Aaron was kind of showing off a little bit.
Okay.
He goes, yeah, well, Tamer asked me lunch to pick my brain about comedy, And then Bobby goes, and then Bobby's face just went, because he's such a pure comic. He goes, oh, do you have the answers in your magic book? And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, oh, buy me free food. I give you the answers. Oh, he's all Aaron Chair, well, the godfather of comedy. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck, bro? Totally humiliated me, man. And I was just like, motherfucker, dude. But,
Dude, that's how comedians are great.
Oh, dude, it was so funny.
It's so funny.
He's straight up probably the funniest comedian I've ever seen live. Bobby Lee is a special comic who lost his confidence, but but
he's genuine.
Dude, there was a joke around Hollywood because he got put into a bunch of sitcoms because he was amazing. No one was close. And he got into, and they all fucking got canceled. He even got on one called Animal Hospital. That was the first episode. I pissed myself. And he was especially good. And people were like, this is it. And then PETA said, you put a monkey in a lab coat, and that's not okay. And they canceled the fucking show.
What?
PETA had the PETA sometimes forgets there's like real people that like live there. Give them a chance to make an adjustment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like, no, fuck this. The animals and
monkeys have been used in cinema forever.
They were not happy with the monkey in lab coat. And then Bobby, people started saying that Bobby was bad luck. Now, like as a joke, but then there'd be people who did write scripts
and believe that,
and then start going,
scared of that.
Do I cast him?
Yeah.
And then I think what happened is he started to lose his confidence. And all of a sudden, I never saw him do new jokes for years. After that last one, the last sitcom cancellation thing, and this is all just my perspective. This is my guess in the escape room. I don't know if it's right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is fact. I'm saying this is what I felt. And then, but I never saw him do new material. And he was just doing the same set over and over and over again. And I was like, man, that is sad to me. That's like a beautiful, like honest to God, better than anybody doing it. Anybody. Yeah. When he was on, nobody was like Bobby. And then, but then just the fire was out in his eyes until that podcast. And then it felt like it came back a little bit. Mm-hmm. But he's still not who he was.
But is it that common for superstition to be a part of the creative community? Where people just be like, oh, you did this one bad thing once and I don't want to be a part of that, like, dude, in the future?
When the thing you're banking on can change your life, one thing, one person, one decision could change your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something happening at the right time, the wrong time, you never know. You can't, I worked at an ad agency. I worked at Chiat Day, the most creatively awarded ad agency in the world. My first client was Apple. And that was the Harvard of ad agencies. Mm-hmm. They'd get thousands of resumes. And people just wanted to have their name on their resume once. I worked there 3 times. And even at that fucking agency, man. What were we talking about before this?
Like the superstition.
The superstition thing. Even at that agency, dude, there'd be shit about superstition. You can't predict people. We knew that even if we had an army of people working on a commercial, that we could still get it wrong. So, of course, when decisions are that big, there's a lot of horseshoes and red string around wrists and all sorts of different forms of. To me, I think it's like a scratching post for cats to get the stress out, but we do it with our beliefies. You know, not knowing for us as human beings is not okay. And so we have to have our scratching posts. And I go, I'm a Libra. I'm a Christian. I'm wearing an evil eye necklace.
What works.
Just scratch, you know. It's almost like when an office pool says, let's put our money together and buy lotto tickets. Yeah. And you never buy lotto tickets. But I'm like, I don't want to be the only motherfucker.
Yeah.
If they do win, I'm going to be the only motherfucker that doesn't get a piece. Here's my dollar.
Yeah.
So I give them $1 worth of belief.
Yeah.
Are you a superstitious person to the point where you're like, if I keep doing this, I could do massive stadiums like the Wembley, for example, that you've done? Like, is this something that you knew this would happen?
I've done Wembley and it sucked.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Because I opened for Jimmy O Yang. I didn't know there was going to be 13,000 Chinese people in London who did not like my jokes at all. Uncle Roger goes up and goes, rice to meet you, and it explodes. I looked at my French wife, and in the most New York accent, she goes, what the fuck? I was like, you are French. She was so blown away, she became from American? Brooklyn. I was shocked. Thank you, Jimmy, by the way, for letting me open for you at Wembley. But
Thank you as well.
They were not my people.
Thank you as well, Jimmy.
They were not my people. But then we did it in Amsterdam together, and that was a great crowd.
Awesome. That was awesome, bro. Also, thank you so much, man.
Dude, thank you for killing it. It was great. It was fun. Yeah. Bro. But yeah, but the stadiums don't matter, man. The rooms don't matter. I am in my I love this shit stage of comedy right now. Like, I love it more than ever. It's crazy. Just because I'm having more fun with it. There's like, I collaborate now in a way that I never collaborated in New York. And I think I've never realized that it's such a great way to like stay fresh and stay inspired and shit. So like, I mean, if you look at my Instagram, it's like collab with like, I went to India for 9 days with the Radical Living guy. We shot 40 videos in 9 days, dude. And it's like, that wasn't my thing before. I'm not like a YouTuber or anything, but fuck if it isn't influencing my stand-up. It
stimulates the mind, writing, man. Yeah.
If that's not a boot camp for YouTube video. I mean, you could watch a YouTuber who's got 2 million subscribers, or you could spend 9 days with a motherfucker and make videos together and learn a lot. So like learning again has been like fucking great. Like, my comedy's on fire, but when I thought I knew it, that was the worst comedy of my life.
Yeah, because you got comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Europe like re-inspired me. Even like clowns. I never thought, I never want to see a fucking clown. Clowns were stupid. But now I'm like seeing the history of clowning and where it comes from and what it's about. And that like Sacha Baron Cohen's version of a clown was a Borat. You know what I mean? Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. That was through the process of clowning. So there's like, now before I was getting drunk, now I know where the grapes come from. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I'm enjoying the wine way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
I love clowning. It's like because I'm terrible at it. So it's like watching it. It feels like a version of comedy I can just be an audience member in.
Yeah,
you know, because
I
it's
agree.
like it's quite far out to what I understand.
You know how you say clown in French?
How?
Clown.
Clown.
So George Clooney is like George Clowney. Can you imagine? Isn't that weird? Like from French people's brain, clown. But you know what's worse? What's worse is fucking who's that great Mexican fighter?
Rey Mysterio.
Oh no,
Oscar De La Hoya.
No, oh my God.
Mexican fighter?
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't.
UFC?
No, boxer. Redhead.
Oh, Canelo
Alvarez. Here's what's funny. Imagine you get in a fight with Canelo Alvarez in the street, and then he beats you up. And then people are pulling him off. They're, leave him alone, Canelo. That's enough, Canelo. That means cinnamon.
It means cinnamon?
Canelo means because he's got red hair. Canelo is cinnamon. So you're getting the shit beat out of you by a guy named Cinnamon. You're like on the ground bleeding. They're like, enough's enough, Cinnamon. You're going to kill him, Cinnamon. And I'm like, I'm going to lose my life
to Cinnamon.
To a dude who was named after a stripper.
The Cinnamon challenge gone wrong.
Jeff Bezos. Can you know, Jeff Bezos is Jeff Kisses? In Spanish?
Jeff Kisses.
So they must look at them differently than we do. When you hear a name that's like of your language, you know?
Because what does your name mean in French?
It means your mother. Tamer. Dude, I was at this like Krusky chicken place in Paris, and Krusky chicken is weird. The artwork in it, it's like a fast food place, but the artwork in it is like GTA, and all the dudes that work behind the counter have cornrows. I don't know how, but it's just black kids from the hood, and they got cornrows, and they're selling chopped up chicken and rice. That's it.
Yeah.
So, but you got to use the machine because I guess the customer service ain't good. So you got to use the machine to order on the machine like a board. So I ordered the board, and then it says, "What's your name?" And I wrote Tamer. And dude, I'm looking at the board waiting for my number to go from prepared to ready.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at prepared, and then I just start hearing this, Tamer. Tamer. And I'm like, yo, that's my name. This is my name, France. And they're like, yo, where are you from? And I go, from New York. They're like, your name is Tamer. And I'm like, yeah. And they just start, and I'm like, I'm a comedian. And
That's so funny.
Slowly getting mad in the kitchen.
Dude, they wanted to fight, bro. I could feel the smoke coming from the kitchen. And I was like, yo, chill. I wrote it in English, not in French.
Okay, man. We're gonna have to wrap up soon, but
Sorry,
I just
talked a lot.
like we got what we
Yeah,
got
sorry.
like one nice thing.
Why were you talking so much?
that we need to end on? No,
Right on.
thank you. so much.
Let's end on a nice thing. Is that what you said?
I mean, just.
Or was
kind
that
of-
the nice
just-
thing?
ju-
Okay.
Just kind of like we're gonna have it now.
Oh, okay.
This is the part.
It's hard to follow along when I've had an espresso.
I didn't really put this before in the message, but kind of just like, so like you've been in comedy a lot longer than us, and there's a lot of people that are now starting comedy in Amsterdam because the scene is building. Do you have any advice that you want to say for like fresh comedians coming up, man?
Dude, honest to God, like, there's two great pieces of advice I love. One is that I won some competitions when I was younger, and this cat came up to me who's like a more seasoned comic, and he goes, yo, that was kind of quick. And I'm like, what? He's like, you won the World Series of Comedy pretty quick. And I'm like, dude, I've been a comic for like 5 years. And then he laughed in my face. And then he's like, man, I just hope, my wish for you is you find your voice before you find your audience. And I'm like, and I see it with like, I'm not saying Matt Rife is good or bad, but I'm seeing it with cats like Matt Rife where his audience found him before he found his voice. And then when he had an artistic urge to chase his voice or to try something, his audience got mad and said, that ain't you. And then he got pulled back. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, there's a leash on my neck. And there is a leash. Find your voice, find yourself artistically, because that's what's going to make you the most happy.
True.
And then live that out loud, and then the right audience will find you. But if through social media you accidentally find a big audience before you find your voice, you got to fight. You got to fight.
Because you're constantly trying to prove something to them and to yourself that you could do it. Yeah.
Or
That's
you
good advice,
you get
man.
typecast just like George Costanza.
True.
Can't do a rom-com as the lead now because he's George. You know what I mean? It's same with comedy. You get typecast. In a way, it's a weird thing, but it's so much more fulfilling to find your voice.
Yes.
It's like it's the best. It's medicine, man.
It's a lot easier to write as well.
I'm just happier too. I'm chill, dude. I have never been the kind of cat where somebody steps in front of me or like whatever. Before I'd be like ready to argue, ready to have conflict. Now if somebody bumps into me, I'm like, and they go, I'm like, oh, it's no problem. I'm having a good day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before, I saw people in New York that would be getting in fights during breakfast.
Yeah.
Like you're holding a breakfast burrito and calling someone a motherfucker. Like that's like sunshine and volcano. But so that's an important one. Find your voice before your audience finds you. And then the other one is just like fucking have fun. Be nice, work hard. That's it.
Be nice, work hard.
Be nice, work hard. That's it. It's super simple. Be nice, work hard.
Respect gets you the furthest.
Yeah.
Respect, showing respect, being respectful to
one
others.
last thing.
Yeah?
The guy that mentored me told me, he's like, you used to box competitively, and I said, yeah. And he goes, don't bring any of that sports energy in here. And I'm all, what? And he goes, that's the wrong kind of competitiveness. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, sports energy is I want to be the best. He's all, art energy is I want to be the only. He's all, be the only. That's how you'll succeed here. Be the best. You're going to exhaust yourself.
True.
Because it's subjective and it's art. There is no best. It's not track.
Yeah.
It's art. So
everyone's
be the
journey is
only.
different.
Yeah. Be the best. You're looking over your shoulder. Be the only. You look inside. And that's where it becomes therapeutic and artistic and healing as a motherfucker. Like I like me more because I like my comedy more. Yeah. That sounds weird, but I like because I've examined me more now. You know what I mean? So yeah, is that nice?
That's
That
beautiful.
was
Okay.
awesome.
Okay, good.
Good job.
Thank you so much,
Wow.
man. This has
Thanks,
been
man.
in the background.
Well, yeah,
in
guys.
the background, put us in the foreground.
Say you like the name before we end the podcast.
No, I like that it's in the background.
You like it's in the background.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you.
Oh, can we take that voice clip and like put
Yeah.
it in the trailer?
Yeah.
It's like I love that name.
That's
in
where the
background.
ninjas are. Background.
AI2B, guys. It's been Daniel
Stuart.
And Tamer Kattan.
Tamer Kattan.
Tamer.
And Vessel.
and Vessel. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
See you next time. Bye. It's not uncomfortable this time.